Hey guys, Coach Sam here. It's Friday, March 29th, 2024. Today we're smashing some arms. Starting to get warm out in certain parts of the country and the world. So if you guys are fans of tank tops, start taking those sleeves off and get a look at your arms getting pumped up here on Arm Day. All right, so for our warm up today, we have our still got the lightning dynamic warm up, and we have some plyometrics afterwards. So on Fridays, we like to get you guys moving athletically in a variety of ways. The still got the lightning dynamic warm up is a great warm up if you're also planning on doing some sprint work that we have for some of our conditioning options. It's also just a great athletic warm up in general. And then for our plyometric work, we have 3 sets of 7 reps from max height of band assisted vertical jumps. So watch the video for execution there. But both of those small, quick warm-up pieces will, give you a good, nice total body warm-up. Now, starting off for arm day today, we have a great movement. It's going to be our alternating incline dumbbell curl. So for setup purposes, you don't need to have an extreme incline, like, all the way back like you would do an incline bench. A nice gentle incline, somewhere, right below 90 degrees for a full arc is perfectly fine. Because ultimately what we're trying to do here is we're trying to get a little bit more of a stretch on the way down during that eccentric portion of the curl to get a good, nice stretch in your bicep. So try to angle your bench appropriately so you're not getting too extreme of an angle, but you're feeling that nice gentle stretch at the bottom there. So we're doing 4 sets from an RPE 7 to an RPE 10, going from 15 reps with a nice control, 2 second up, 2 second down per arm into 12. And the last 2 sets are going to be 10 apiece for the top set of 10 there. All right, moving on for our next piece is going to be our skull crushers on rings. So this is a really good concentration work movement. Personally, whenever I do these, every time they come up, the inner head of my tricep gets pretty gnarly sore for a good 24 to 48 hours. So for this movement here, take your gymnastics rings, and then what you want to do is you want to find a height and then a foot position that allows you to maintain your postural integrity as you're conducting the eccentric and concentric portion of the movement for 12 challenging reps. And that might take you a set or 2, which you can use a couple of the 4 sets there to find your specific challenging angle, or you can use maybe some warm-up sets if you'd like it as well. So for these, there's no need to elevate your feet off the floor unless you have that type of capacity. But you can simply walk your feet backwards and then, conduct your ring skull crushers from there with a good 3 second down and a 1 second pause and the stretch on the bottom there. All right, now moving on for some metabolic stress work. This is another one of my favorite bicep complexes. We're going to do 3 sets of 10 pull-ups into 30 banded hammer curls. So for these pull-ups, feel free to change the grip up if you would like to use overhand, underhand, or even a neutral grip, depending on what's comfortable for you and what you have access to mobility-wise and pull-up bar-wise. If you have the ability to add weight, feel free to. Otherwise, body weight or band assistance is perfectly fine for everybody who needs to use some assistance on there. And then the banded hammer curls. So for the banded hammer curls, stand on the band with 2 feet and then pump those 30 reps out. Alternatively, you guys can also do those hammer curls with the rope attachment on a cable column if you have access to one of those. So for our metabolic stress work for our triceps, we're going to be doing a close grip bench press banded press down superset. So we're going to be hitting 3 sets for max reps on the close grip bench press. And after every single set, we're going to be hitting either 30 banded press downs or 15 cable rope tricep press downs. Now, in these 3 sets of close grip bench press, we're going to be building up in weight. And so, we want you to be hitting close to, minimum 8 to 10 reps per set, at least for that final set. Now, on the first 2, really want to pump you out there. So those are recommended weights. You don't need to stick to those. If you're stronger, feel free to go heavier. If those weights are above your capacity, feel free to go lighter. But, somewhere between, 20 and 30 reps for set 1, probably, 15 to 20 reps for set 2, and anywhere from about 8 to 15 on set 3. Again, if you hit those weights, you can and smash that and go for more reps, that's perfectly fine. But, if those rep ranges and those weight recommendations are a little too heavy, feel free to lighten those. And then on the banded tricep press down, really on the press down, try to spread your arms apart at the bottom and rotate your wrist out. That's really going to hit the outer head of the tricep there pretty well. Same thing for the rope press down. All right, guys. And for our heavy mechanical loading bicep movement, it's going to be a straight bar bicep anarchy. All right. So we're going to have 3 sets building from an RPE 8 to an RPE 10, going from 15, 12, and 10 with a good 3-second negative. So on this bicep curl, get a good contraction at the top. And then on that 3-second negative, really spend some time resisting the weight on the way down, get a good stretch, and then repeat again on the way up. Should blow your biceps up pretty good doing it that way. And then for our finisher for our concentration work for triceps is going to be chest supported dumbbell kickbacks. We're going to be doing 3 sets, building to a heavy load across the 3 sets of 15 chest supported dumbbell kickbacks to the 3-second negative. So for the chest support, put your bench on an incline, prop yourself up on it. And then for the actual kickback, we're going from basically your wrist right below your elbow all the way out with a slight pause for contraction. And then, a good 3-second negative on that. If you don't have the ability to prop yourself up on a bench, you can simply bend over and hinge over, similar to fashion of what you would do for the rear delt fly for Thursday's shoulder day. And then alternatively, you can also perform these on a cable column using both cables as well, if you would like to leverage that capability. All right, so for our conditioning work, for our CrossFit option, we have a 12-minute AMRAP of a 400-meter run and 10 squat cleans at 185 or 135 pounds. Then for our grunt work, we have another 10-minute AMRAP of 10 single-arm kettlebell push presses with a 53 or a 36-pound kettlebell, 100-foot backwards sled drag, and you can sub 30 banded sissy squats for that. And then for our energy system development today, you have a 15-minute AMRAP of 30 calories on the Echo or the Assault bike and a 30-calorie row. And then you can perform our optional core work or optional Thunder Broga and post your training videos on social media. Tag us on Instagram or post your videos in our Thunder Bro Family Facebook group. If you guys aren't a part of that, please add yourselves. It's a great community to ask questions, share memes, share training videos, etc. It'll be good to have you guys a part of it for those of you that are new to the program. And then if you guys are on Train Heroic or be on the whiteboard, make sure you're hitting up Coach Kenny. I'll be on the whiteboard and myself on Train Heroic for any questions. All right, guys, have a great arm day.